Something super exciting happened this semester, and I applied and got into the Disney College program. Running late to work. Bye, Sophie.
Bye, have a good day.
I'm like, hello.
Welcome. The gang. Hey vlog, we're taking over. We're in Magic Kingdom today. It's the last night in Magic Kingdom.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Look at all my friends! So right up this escalator, I'm literally the first face you see on the wall. Like, big.
I'm a Gianna from a different dimension. Okay.
Oh my god! A queen.
Welcome to Campus Starbucks, starring Annabeth.
Hi.
Hello.
Will you marry me?
I would love to marry you.
Would you go get married with me?
Yes, yes I will get
You're
married.
I love you.
Oh boy. After a long semester of interviewing, well, applying and interviewing and waiting and praying and hoping, I can finally say that I have received and accepted an offer with Universal Orlando Resort in Florida to be their content engagement intern. Hi there everybody, I'm Adriana and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today because wow, what a year 2019 has been. It has been a year full of amazing experiences, such wonderful opportunities, and I have just met such wonderful people this year that have truly just like changed my life. So I'm really thankful for this year, and what better way to celebrate the end of a year and the beginning of a new one than by reflecting on all of the happy, beautiful moments of the year. Watching that little recap of 2019 just makes me feel super inspired and just ready to go into the next one. So thank you for all of you who encourage and support me, and just I hope you guys had a wonderful year, and I am praying for an absolutely wonderful new year for you, and that you see lots of blessings and amazing times in 2020. So also 2020 just sounds like a year that things are gonna happen. You know, like things are happening in 2020. For better or for worse, things are happening. So put on your seatbelts, people, because life's about to get wild. So with that, I want to go ahead and start with New Year's resolutions. A lot of people feel really different ways about this. I consider these more as goals. I kind of broke it down in different ways. I broke it down with YouTube, my faith, career, relationships, and then health. So that's kind of, oh, I didn't realize that came out to 5. What a nice number. So 5 things I'm looking forward to these next year. But I just wanted to share them with you because I am a list girl. I'm a type 3 Enneagram, so that tells you anything, there it is. But I love writing lists, and I love writing down my goals just so I know when I have something to look back to and something to reference to when I feel a little lost or I feel a little uninspired. I can always go back to that list and be like, yes, that's what I want to do. I'm re-inspired, let's go do this. So that's kind of what this video is going to be for me. So first thing, let's go ahead and get into it, is YouTube. As I said, I'm really thankful for all that YouTube, like the presence YouTube has had in my life this past year, and I want to continue that for sure. And so with the new year, it's gonna get a little crazy because I'm doing full-time school and a full-time internship. I feel super blessed by it, so I'm not complaining at all whatsoever, but I do know it's gonna be hard and not easy. So I have to have a battle strategy for that, and YouTube is definitely something I want to keep a priority. So my goal for YouTube is to post at least one video a week, hopefully more. I kind of have a strategy in a way that I want to do this. If you guys haven't watched my life update video, it was the last video I watched. I will have it at the end of this video in the little end card so you can go watch it. But I feel super thankful to have been offered and accepted an internship with Universal Orlando as their content engagement intern for the spring of 2020. Really excited, and something I want to do is I really want to incorporate that into my YouTube. Obviously I can't really show what I'm doing in the job because that's unprofessional, but I can definitely tell you guys about it and take you guys along my day. So I want to do a lot more week in my life videos and a lot more vlogs, just so I have more to look back on in my own life and then more that I can share with you guys. And I think that would make it an easy way to do more regular videos that don't really take up too much time really. So my plan of action for this is to have one vlog video a week and then one sit down video. So ideally, I would have 2 posted a week, but I think this variation will make it easy for me to at least have 1 video up a week, whether it's a vlog or a sit-down video. So I think that's going to be my plan of attack for YouTube on 2020. So be looking forward to that because I'm excited for it. My next thing, and this is a lofty goal, but I wanted to just kind of put it out into the world. I currently have like around 3,600 and something subscribers, and I am thankful for every single one of you, but I would love to expand my reach into the hearts and lives of all of you guys out there, and I would just love to have the opportunity to impact more people, and so I would love to have at least 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. I'm not really sure. I had a hard time picking a number for this, just because it really isn't about the number for me. Like, if I received 1 comment from one of you guys, like, it makes my day. So numbers don't really mean too much to me, but I would love to have the opportunity to impact the lives of more people and reach more people, and I think that's an awesome way to do it. So 20,000 in 2020. We're sticking with the 20s, okay? All right, another thing I would love is to make more videos about my faith and incorporate my faith a lot more into my YouTube. It's very, like, if you ask me, like, I will never be shy to answer a question about my faith and what my beliefs are. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. There it is. I would love to incorporate my faith a lot more into my YouTube channel in this upcoming year, just because this world is getting crazier and crazier and sadder, and I have just experienced so much joy. Like, my source of joy and love and just gratitude in life is from Jesus. Like, my identity is found in Jesus, and I find so much fulfillment and love and joy in that, and I think that is missing for the lives of so many people, whether they know it or not. And I would love to share more of that on my YouTube channel, especially because, like, this YouTube channel would be nothing if it wasn't for that, you know, like, my life would be nothing if it wasn't for Jesus. So I would love to share more of that on here, and I would love to be more of a resource to those of you who are curious about Jesus and want to know more about Jesus, or maybe you don't know anything about Jesus, or you've been a Christian for a really long time and you just need some inspiration on different ways to pursue him. And so I would love to incorporate that onto my channel. My channel's not gonna be all about that because obviously I have other interests too, but that is like the main source of my life, so I want to make sure that is reflected on here. But also I want to make sure that this channel can be a light to all people, and I don't want to turn people off from my channel by only talking about Jesus, if that makes sense. Hopefully that translated well. Okay, I would also, leading into, so that's kind of leading me out of the YouTube section, my resolutions and goals. Then now we're kind of into the faith one. So I would love to get involved in my church here, or a church here in Orlando, and make a community here. So like I said, I've been offered this internship with Universal Orlando, which means I had to move out of Gainesville, where I went to school at the University of Florida, back home into Central Florida, which I'm super excited about. But I had such a wonderful community and such a wonderful group of just like godly, gracious women at UF, and while they're still my friends and I love them so much, it is really hard to have a long distance community. So I would love to really root myself in a church here and really find a community here that can point me back to Jesus, and that I can point them back to Jesus and really serve in a church here in Central Florida. So I think I'm gonna try to do something like that in the church I go to right now, but if I feel led somewhere else, then that is what I will do. But yeah, that's one of my big goals for 2020, is just to really root myself in a church and really find that community, especially going into the adult real world. I think that support is really important, and people should not be alone. We need community. The next thing I would love to get out of 2020 is to do a better job of having quiet time with God and making my life more about Jesus. Something, I was reading the book When God Writes Your Love Story, and I always get something out of it, but something I want to make sure that I am actively doing in 2020 is making my life more the Jesus show with Adriana commercial breaks than the Adriana show with the Jesus commercial breaks. I never, like, it just, the book made a reference to something like this, and it just really spoke to me, and I definitely think I've been living the Adriana show with Jesus commercial breaks, and it needs to not be like that. I think my life needs to be more saturated in Jesus with little Adriana breaks than Jesus breaks. You know, the more Jesus the better, and I think that's just a good way to put it. And so that's kind of the way I'm putting it this year. It's the Jesus show with Adriana commercial breaks. So I would like to implement that. Definitely having more quiet time and spending more time in the Word, things like that. Okay, so out of the faith section, now into career. So I would love to land another big job or internship that inspires me for post-graduation. I walk the stage in May, but I officially get my degree in August. So I know that I'm not gonna be able to get a job before August because no one's gonna hire someone without a degree because I don't have it yet. So I will get it in August, but I would love to land another, like, I'm so excited that I have this universal internship. If, like, I haven't started it yet, but I already feel really excited and inspired by it. But I can't have an internship with Universal post-graduation, and so I don't want to be jobless after August, and I don't want to be like in limbo that whole summer not knowing what my next plan is. So as of right now, I think that I'm going to be applying to internships with Disney in January and seeing if I can get one for that, because I can do a Disney internship after graduation, unless something changes with the way Universal does things. But I would really just love to have something that inspires me, that excites me, lined up for after graduation, so that I can go into the real world with all of these tools that I've been collecting in my tool belt and really make a difference in a company that inspires me and excites me, and in a place that I can create things that inspire others. So that is a big goal for me in 2020, is to get a big girl internship, a big girl job. I thankfully have one right now, but I just want to make sure that I am covered for the second half of 2020. First half of 2020, we're solid. Second half needs some work, but we have time and lots of time to pray about it, so we're good. Okay. Along with that, I would love to expand my photography portfolio and do more weddings. If you guys don't know, go ahead and check out, I can't talk today. Go ahead and check out my website, adrianalsantiago.com. I have a lot of fun, really little things about me on there, so you guys can learn more about me. But one of the things that I love to do is photography, whether it's social photography, whether it's portraits, engagements, graduates, like anything like that. Like, I just love photography, and that is a really big passion that I have been experimenting with this past year, the past 2 years really. And I did a couple engagements this year, and I just love it, and I've always been inspired by weddings, and so I would really love to kind of get my feet wet in the wedding photography industry, and just see what it's like for myself. Like, it's something that I think has been a latent dream of mine. It's always been there, but I haven't actively worked on it. And so this year I would really love to expand my portfolio with wedding photography, and just with that whole wedding industry. I think that would be really fun. So that's one of my goals for this year. I would also love to do more photos at the parks. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Disney girl. Obviously, I'm about to work at Universal, so I'm really into the theme parks in Orlando, and I would love to take more photos at the parks and get more involved in the theme park community online and in social media. I do a decent bit for my own social media. I've kind of been slacking lately just because YouTube is where I like feel the most inclined to really produce content for. But I would love to take more photos for myself, but I would also love to take more photos of, let's say, characters in the parks or different structures or features and theming things in the parks, and then post them on my photography account, just because I think that would be a great way to really make my name known in the social media world with the different theme park community, and thus give really great exposure to my portrait photography and things like that too. So I'm experimenting with different ways to get exposure, but I think that's going to be a really great way and a really fun way and inspiring way to really punch in that photography portfolio. So I'm excited about that this year, and I really want to implement more of that. So if you want to schedule a shoot in the parks, hit me up. But with that, I would also like to be more consistent in updating my website and branding, and just making sure that my website and everything that I produce is an accurate reflection of myself and where I am in real time. And then I would just want to continue to push myself artistically, whether it be with photography, whether it be with getting creative on YouTube or with my website, or I always love graphic design. I love to dabble with graphic design. So any of that, I just want to make sure that I'm continually pushing myself and just creating things that reflect me in the real time. Like I said, I just want to make sure that everything I create is growing with me, and I'm growing with, yeah, you know what I mean. Everything I create is growing with me. There we go. Okay, out of that, so out of career and into relationships, something that I really want to make sure that I'm being active and intentional about in 2020, especially since a lot of my main best relationships are going to be long distance now. I really want to make sure that I'm being intentional in all of my relationships and loving and serving the ones that I love the way they need it and the way that they receive love and all that, you know. So a lot of my friendships, like all of my best friends, are gonna be long distance for me right now. Like one of them's gonna be in Nashville, one of them is like all the way up in the Panhandle, one of them's gonna be in Gainesville, one of them's gonna be in Jacksonville, one of them, Robert, is an hour away from me right now. So Robert's my boyfriend, and so I really want to make sure that I don't let those relationships dwindle or get weakened. I've always been someone who's had a hard time making like legit friends. Like I have no problem making acquaintances. I'm pretty like extroverted, but to like have those relationships where it's like really vulnerable and like people really know you and like are with you in it, I've had a really hard time making friends that are like really solid, good friendships that are like that. And so I've definitely found that in college, and now that I'm leaving college, I'd want to make sure that I don't lose those relationships or I don't weaken them, and that I'm still loving them and serving them the way they receive it and need it, even if it's from a distance, so I can just maintain the relationships, because that's a really big deal to me and I don't want to lose that at all. So that is one of my big priorities in 2020, and if that means more traveling, then that means more traveling. So that is one of my goals as well, along with, of course, like I was saying, like finding community here in Orlando, making new friends, trying to build more relationships. I think that's important too, and that's another one of my goals. Yeah, so that was pretty much it for relationships. Same with family. I will obviously be with my family a lot more. I didn't really make much of an effort in college to be around my family too much, just because it's a lot to be in college, and coming back home is just really hard, and with assignments and all that, it was just not my priority. But now that I'm living at home, I can be a lot more intentional with those relationships as well. Then for the last little bracket is health. So I know a lot of people think of health as in like wanting to make this huge body transformation in the new year. That's not really it for me. I feel really content with myself. I love the way God made me, even though I have my bad days where I'm like, yikes, honey, you need some work. You know, it happens to the best of us. I really just want to make sure that I'm being better to my body and serving it better, because I believe that this is the temple of God, you know, like he gave me this body on a loan, and I just want to make sure that I'm taking care of it and just honoring it the way it should be honored, as like a temple for the Lord. And so I just want to make sure I'm eating better. I want to make sure I'm drinking more water and less Coke. One of my best friends, Zoe, she kind of got me addicted to Coke, and now I just crave Coke a lot. So Coca-Cola, clarifying. So I need to stop drinking that. I've done a pretty good job over the holidays, which is weird because why you would think I'm drinking more Coke over the holidays, but I just want to make sure I'm drinking more water, eating more greens, and then doing more exercise. If you don't know me, like, I'm just not a fit gal. Like, I do not find running fun. I don't find any sort of cardio fun. I want desperately to be one of those people who's like, ooh, I'm gonna go to the gym and have so much fun. It's just not for me. It's not. So even against what my wishes are, I'm going to try and be more active and find a way that I can be active and not hate life while doing it. So that's one of my goals for 2020, just so I can make sure I'm getting my exercise and so I'm giving my body the exercise it needs, expelling energy, and just getting pumped up, getting those endorphins, so I can be hype all gears. All right, everybody, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining on the adventure that was 2019. And even though 2019 was a great year, I know 2020 will be even better because the best is yet to come. And 2020 even sounds like a magical year, so it's gonna be good. But if you guys have any goals, wishes, dreams, or resolutions for 2020, comment them down below because I would love to pray for you and pray over them for you. I would love to agree with you and just encourage you to go out and be the best you can be in this new year and all the time. You guys are joining me on my life journey, and I just want to join you on yours as well. So thank you so much. Go ahead and comment those down below, and I will see you in 2020, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.